Hello guys, today I will talk to you about electricity, all the things that I wish I knew before I had started this modpack. This modpack is called Reclamation, an amazing modpack, but it kind of assumes that you can either figure it out on your own or that you know what electricity is and how to use it. So I wasn't able to discover what it is nor how to use it until very, very late in the game at the end of the quests. So there are many little machines in this game. Some of them are from the mod Mechanism and others belong to other mods. Some of these machines can be powered with redstone and electricity. Others can be powered by coal or blocks of coal and electricity. It just depends on the machine and the mod that it belongs to, I guess, and how these mods work together. So I used redstone for a very long time in this pack, simply because I couldn't figure out how to get and store and use electricity. And because I also had an abundance of redstone from mystical agriculture. But if I knew how actually simple it is and easy it is to get electricity, I would have started with it much earlier. So you will need electricity in two ways. One way is for your everyday needs, like small machines at your base, maybe some harvesters or some simple machines from Mechanism to do simple things. So I would say that for home usage, for base usage, you don't really need an incredible contraption that generates huge amounts of energy. Now, you will also need energy for doing Mechanism stuff at the end of the modpack. You will need antimatter, and for that you're gonna need huge amounts of energy, which you can generate with your fission reactor and the turbine, or the fusion reactor if you're into that as well. But I will start by showing you how you can generate small amounts of energy for your base and not for your entire nuclear plant. I have already videos on the nuclear things if you're interested in them. However, you will still need energy to power the machines from your nuclear plants. So it's good to know all these basics. Now, we need a way to generate energy, electricity, power, and also a way to store it. Some ways to generate are the solar generator, the advanced solar generator, the wind generator. So the solar generator, I really don't recommend it, not even for the beginning. Just try and get some materials and craft the advanced solar generator. So you will be able to craft these things once you get access to osmium, redstone, gold, iron. These are the materials that you will mostly need, and it's better that you find ways through mystical agriculture to get a ton of material. For example, the small solar generator requires iron, osmium, then energy tablet, which you're gonna need huge amounts of energy tablets for this pack, which is basically redstone, gold, and infused alloy. This alloy is iron with redstone iron, and redstone in the metallurgic infuser. And you will need 3 solar panels. That's again osmium, redstone, infused alloy, and glass panels. So basically, you just need a lot of osmium, gold, iron, redstone to do these things. So as soon as you get access to these materials, start crafting them. Now, you can also generate energy with a wind generator. Now, when I tested the wind generator versus the advanced solar generator, the rate that it would produce power was smaller than the advanced solar generators. So I prefer these guys here for early game. However, the solar generators do not work during the night, obviously, because there's no sun. So that's one downside. And I don't know whether the wind generator can produce energy more efficiently. I think somewhere I read that if you place them higher up in the sky, they generate more energy. I'm not really certain about that, but maybe there are ways to get more power from these guys because a lot of people are using them. Now, you see here, this looks like a part. This is something that you can hook into a battery or a cable. But you can also put batteries under them. So for example, the small solar generator, you right click on it, you see the capacity is 38.40 kFE, force energy. Okay, I would assume that it's kilo. It's full, so they don't really have a lot of storage, so you would need to get some type of storage. Here you have batteries or energy cubes. The basic one, it can only store 1.60, the advanced around 6, elite around 25, the ultimate one around 102. There's also a creative one. I assume it stores infinite amount of energy. So let's just place an advanced one and then the small solar generator. So you see very slowly it's placing energy in it. Now the materials you need for these cubes are again redstone, iron, gold, osmium, glass, and steel. For the advanced one, you're gonna need to have more infused alloy plus the basic energy cube. For the elite one, you will need to have diamond to get reinforced alloys. And for the ultimate one, you will need to have diamond and obsidian and know how to use this to get atomic alloy. It's not really that difficult. Once you start getting materials from mystical agriculture, it gets very easy. So if you right click on the cube, you can go to the side configuration here. You see the top is set at input. When it's red, it's input. This is output, input, output. When you are hooking the cube into machines, you may need to choose input output so that it can both get energy but also send. You can experiment if your machines are not working properly. You would probably need to do input output at the bottom or wherever you have cables. So eject on means that it can send energy away. Here you can turn this on or off. Obviously, if you want to send energy through cables, you need this on. Here is how much energy is stored in there. You see how extremely slow it is, that we can't even see the bar filling here. Now, let's check the advanced solar generator. And the wind generator. Let's leave them running for a while. So apart from the advanced energy cubes, there are ways to store more energy. You can build an induction matrix. This here is an induction matrix, but this was built in creative, so this requires a lot of materials. You can build a smaller one. This is like a bigger battery, let's say. So this one has a capacity of 314 tera FE. And I had here these ports and advanced solar generators on top in the beginning. Typically we use the induction matrix to store energy that is generated from the industrial turbine with steam from the fission reactor, but that's not really something you need to learn now. I have a couple of videos on that. That's for later on. It's just like for your information. So the advanced solar generator already has filled. We see here like a tiny green line, which we don't see here. This is gonna take forever to fill with this small solar generator. And the wind generator has done a little bit of something, but still you see it's not as good as this one. So when we have machines, how do we send the energy to the machines? We use cables. Cables are for sending electricity. There's the basic cable or universal cable, the advanced, elite, ultimate. So they have different amounts of capacity. This one is 3.20 kilo FE per time or tick, I don't know. This one is 51. A lit one is already 400. A universal one goes to the mega range. So it depends on your needs. If you're building something like the industrial turbine, it's better to use ultimate ones. But for home usage, I'm using elite ones for small machines around the home, which is fine. So this is a cable, and you would just do this and then place a machine here. For example, I don't know, some kind of machine. I don't think I even have this machine in my world. So immediately this machine is full of energy. You can see the energy here. Inside configuration, you can go to energy, and you see at the back we have input. If this is not red, and it's like this, it will not receive power. Or if it is set to output, which is not here, it will send the energy away. So that's something that you need to know, that we're configuring stuff from this site configuration. So this is just an example now. The configuration of the cube has the front as an output, the cable that we're sending the energy from. That means that it will not be storing the energy inside the cube, it will be storing it inside the cable. So you see here, the cable can take up to 13.10 mega FE. So it's filling up right now. And because the machine is not using the energy, it will be stored here. Now you can change that. If you put input output, or if you put none, it will not send any more energy. So you can configure things here. Also, the site configuration, some machines have multiple things to configure, not only energy or items. They may have gases and other things, so you need to be careful to choose the correct tab. So let's go now to my world and show you my machines and how they are connected. It would be best if you can actually design your home in a way that you can hide the cables under the floor and inside the walls. So that means that you need a double or triple amount of walls and floors, which I didn't do because I didn't know. So this is like a working area at my base. You see here that I have a lot of machines. They are connected to chests with logistical transporters for items. These are for items. And these machines are fully powered by electricity. So here is my electricity grid. There's one ultimate energy cube just to store some energy in case something happens, and the machines are hooked into universal cables. And up there, I have another ultimate cube and 3 advanced solar generators. Yeah, everything is full here constantly. And this is connected to this ultimate energy cube. And okay, so I have this under there for this machine somehow, which is what? It's a harvester. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to see if it's connected to my main battery, but it's not. Okay, fine. So down here, I have a lot of harvesters. These machines can be powered by electricity or coal. And I have connected all of these machines to another power grid. It goes under the floor. It's like a network of cables. I'm using a lit ones here. I have a lot of machines that need to be powered. And here I have a small induction matrix, which is like a bigger cube. This one can store 233 giga FE. It's always full. And this one is getting energy from my nuclear plant. I don't recommend doing this, guys, because my nuclear plant is just too far away from my base and it doesn't load properly. I recommend building these things closer to your base so that they are always loaded, because force loading is limited. So this is here a bigger induction matrix. It has a capacity of 8.14 tera FE, even though it has very few cubes in there. And this is where I'm actually storing the main amount of my energy, which is produced by the fission reactor, turbine, etc. So all these are ultimate universal cables that go underground. I chose glass because I wanted to see what's going on and where everything is, though I stopped using it at some point. The heaters require energy, which they are getting from the cube, but I could have also connected them directly to the cables. It's just that I didn't know better back then. So you see here, the left is input, the front is output. So apparently it's looking this way, the cube, so that the heater is the front, which is output for it. The bottom is input output. The other one we don't really care. I just want to show you that all these machines require energy one way or the other. Like the electrolytic separator is connected to the cables. All of these machines here have power cables under them. So that's basically it, I guess. What I would recommend, so if I were to play Reclamation again, I would build solar generators and a very small induction matrix so that I can store slowly a little bit of energy. And what I would also do is build my base in a way that will account for cables. For example, here I have this harvester. It needed power. So luckily I had a little bit of space behind there. And yeah, I placed it there. So if you have any questions, guys, something I forgot to say or you don't understand, let me know and I will answer you. See you in the next video. Goodbye and have fun.